And I'm live, probably. I really hope that who is it? The name of the British girl who keeps forgetting to unfollow us.
Ciel.
Yeah, Ciel. Yeah. I hope she doesn't show up in chat complaining again. Yeah. So Anya was annoyed at you from I think it was our second discussion or our last discussion, either or.
No, give me 1
Because
second. Can you just send me what? Can you send me the link to the stream?
yes, I can. It should be this. During that feet rant, about foot fetishists, and he was annoyed about what you said about the average height. Something like that. Probably because you thought that the average height was like 180 or something. Because of your Swedish perspective on the case.
Yeah, I guess we are giants here.
Yeah. The average there is a bit... Oh shit. Oh my god, Xiao actually did not unfollow. She just messaged me on Discord. Yeah, I need to open Twitch and see.
Wait. Is that what been Ben? Is that actually Ben?
Who? Ben? The other British person? I know.
No. In
Oh,
the Twitch.
it is Ben.
Oh fuck,
Yes,
Ben! Don't leave,
it is
man.
Ben.
It's been too long.
He asked to be a mod back when I was streaming Attack on Titan because there were people who were spoiling and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Hi, Ben.
Shit, it's been too long, man. Like legit too long.
You haven't been on any servers, right? You told me that, or not very often.
No, okay, what happened? I hope he's listening now because he's gonna find this funny. What happened was that a month or two ago, I went into like the news server, right, whatever, and then I was there, and then I said, "Hey, is Ben? Where's Ben, by the way?" And then he said, "Ben left," and then I said, "What the fuck? This server sucks now," and then I haven't really been back.
I think Ben actually he went by several different names, and he changed, and then he would say that Ben was dead or things like that. And so he might have tricked you by mistake.
Yeah, that's on him. Then he made like that's on him.
Yeah, it's well, it's also on you for believing him so easily. What's the subject? I'm sorry, I don't think we have a subject yet. Gagger, do you have a docket for today?
No, like I liked what you said. I also like the one you mentioned in chat. We were gonna talk about how Americans over-exaggerate things. But
All right. I should actually be a bit more general about it because I think I just hate Reddit, dude. Like Reddit is so stupid.
But it's so leftist. But before that, there's something
sure.
I really wanted to say. Like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, you could prove, right, that Saint Michael the Archangel actually existed? Let's say he actually had existed at one point, but he died but he died of a cocaine overdose in Mexico City.
I mean, it would be scary if he existed. I'm not sure if it would be funny, but
I can just picture myself that like Saint Michael is real, but drug dealers killed him by accident by giving him cocaine. Like, wouldn't that be so fucking funny though? Like they find his corpse and it's like just needles and he's like,
I actually think it would be scary, to be honest, because I think I've seen pieces of art of like an angel, which just looks like a meth addict, very skinny, sort of almost naked, but with wings, right? Because it's an angel. And then a bunch of needles and scars. It's actually kind of creepy. I'll see if I can find it. Uh, angel art. I on Reddit once. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's scary that like it says something. I think to see like a creature which is supposed to be sacred to be fucked up on drugs.
No, like there is a kink between like demons and angels going at it, but that's for another time.
I see.
No, but what I was thinking was like, yeah, like I saw this. The problem is that I talked about this last time that Reddit has this tendency of like, since there's so many leftists there, they think that a normal right-leaning person is a Nazi, and it's always
Yes.
been strange to me because
Yes.
it's
Completely
like,
tilted.
yeah, it's how to say, and then what they don't realize is that when you ban or want like everyone who's right-wing banned, what happened is that something comes in to follow to fill up that power vacuum. I didn't know that this would happen. I thought like, oh, all conservatives will just leave, sort of. But then you get the tankies, like the left-wing radicals. They have taken over so
Yeah.
many subreddits.
Yeah. And I mean, you're right. If you um, reduce the number of people who are, let's say, right leaning, you not only make the left leaning the majority, you also tilt the center more to the left, and it makes it so people who are radicals are seen as reasonable when they normally wouldn't be. But I mean, there's many things I hate about Reddit, but one of the things I hate the most is how, especially Americans, like leftist Americans, are so self-hating. And I've
Yeah.
like every comment section about America is um, how America is a third world country and how it's worse than everywhere, and how
uh,
everybody's dying and it's awful and nobody should live there, and like it's so detached from reality, and it pisses me off because I'm not in America, but I know it's better than Brazil, and Brazil and India and China are some of the biggest countries out there, and they host most of the world population, and people actually believe that the United States of America is a worse place to live in than China and India and Brazil, and it's not the case. It's much much better. Of course, you can say, "Oh, you haven't been to America," but yeah, you haven't been to Brazil either. So I can actually give an educated guess, and I think I know more about America than Americans know about Brazil. That's for sure. And yeah, like it would be very very good if people stopped the self uh, mockery, like the comparing America to third world countries is just stupid. It's not the same. And yeah, it's like it sucks if you're poor and I don't know, for some reason you don't know how to get access to social benefits in America, because actually you do have access to social benefits, and you can live a very decent life even if you, for example, can't find work. But uh, like it shouldn't even have to be argued. But like if you post something that goes against the narrative, you get downvoted. Like it's almost taboo to remember people that they are actually extremely privileged. So
no, but I would say
yeah,
this, right? I agree with you because I remember like there was this is on unpopular opinion like 2 or 3 years ago, and I said I would rather live in like in America than Sweden, and people lost their fucking shit at me. And I was like, Jesus, I was like, this is good. This is good. It was great. They just lost their shit. They were like, oh, how can you say this? And like one guy literally like what is it, sends me a message like, you're not really Swedish, are you? And I said something not that's not very nice to him in Swedish. Then
Mm-hmm.
he put it in Google Translate, sent it to me, and said, "What the fuck?" And I said, "Oh, nice Google Translate." And then he says, "Yeah." And then he used like a slur for like a homophobic slur to me, and I was like,
Huh.
that's strange. A leftist did this, huh? American
Yeah.
leftist. No, because here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. Well, leftist is the wrong word here, but American American white liberals online are the worst. Like there. I will say like the line goes like this, and I've said this many times, and I still stand by it. Number one is American white liberals. They are the worst online. Like absolutely, there's nothing you can't even compare anything to them. Second are Arihisu shippers on Reddit, specifically on
Fuck you.
Reddit, on Titanfall. Those are like the
Okay.
second one. Then the third one would be something like incels, and then the third one is probably
Okay.
incels. But what I'm getting at here is that the first and the second place they are not far in between. But the first, oh no, wait, are they? I need to
Where
think. I need to
do
feel.
where do K-pop stands make the list? What's their ranking?
They haven't slighted me personally, so I don't
I
know.
see. I see. So it's a personal list, not a an universal list.
Though it takes a part, like if I see it and it gets like, and I feel it personally, like I can actually feel my brain developing cancer, then it's like
Yes.
that's the thing. With incels, it's more like, that's a shame, and then I sort of just move on. With
Hmm.
American white American liberals, it's always like I see something they say, and it's like I get personally offended about how stupid they are. Like I feel, I breathe the same, I walk the
For
same
me,
earth as them. That's
for
fucked
me,
up.
it's like the unaddressed arrogance. I think they're so
Oh
fucking
yeah, yeah.
arrogant, but they actually don't actually realize that they're arrogant, and they have this tone of moral superiority, like they are in sole possession of the truth, and you're just an idiot who's being educated. And God, I fucking hate them for that. I might as well bring up like a because this is not exactly the best example, but it happened recently, so I think it's good to bring up. For example, I was having a what was the thread? So there was a thread on Reddit. Nature is fucking lit, right? Which is subreddit which shows stuff from nature, which is pretty cool. So it showed this tree who can hold 32,000 gallons of water and stuff. And one of the comments was like, "Wonder what happens if it's tapped? How much water can be taken without harming the tree?" And then someone replied, "You see those scars in the bark? Locals cut off pieces of the bark to tap for water and use the wood for selling to tourists and whatnot as trinkets. The industry is actually endangering the baobab trees. You'll see ones that are way more cut up than this one in the wild, and it's heartbreaking." Um, and then someone replied, "Humans destroy everything." And I took some um, I was a bit angered by that statement, right? Humans destroy everything. So I said, we also build and preserve everything if we're going to be painting with broad strokes. And then the guy replied, "Yes, Nazis preserved excellent notes during the Holocaust. This led to their persecution at the Nuremberg trials." Now here's the
My
thing.
fucking
Um,
like, oh
yeah,
my fucking god, like peak. Like that's a top tier peak American white liberal moment. And yes,
it
I
took
see.
0 seconds. It took 0 seconds for them to mention Nazis.
Yeah, like
Zero.
before you continue, I need to mention to everyone listening, because I'm also gonna put this on YouTube and there are more people watching there after. I am a social democrat. I am a cucked leftist myself. Continue.
Yes, unfortunately. But anyway, uh, yeah. So And you'd think, oh, this exchange is ridiculous. People would probably don't vote him, but actually he's being upvoted, or he has 3 upvotes, and my comment
Oh,
was downvoted. I just replied, today all humans, today I learned all humans are Nazis, and left at that. But it shows exactly how uh, stupid the narrative is, right? And
yeah,
then
it's
there's
like lost. It's completely lost, isn't it?
and for example. I have a very highly upvoted comment, which I was actually being, I don't know, like, I guess you can give them the benefit of the doubt here, but because I was being a bit facetious here. So it's a post on our Tinder. So the comment, it's actually an image of a profile of a woman who says, what is it? Only interested in white people, not racist, just prefer my own religion. Thanks. And then there's a bunch of posts mocking people, mocking her for comparing race to religion and stuff. And then uh, someone says, "I just don't understand the point at all. If you're only interested in certain visible characteristic, then you can simply swipe right on only those people." Uh, and someone replied, "Yeah, that's how a normal person does it." And then I replied, "I think some people aren't satisfied with being silently racist." Now, this comment was highly upvoted, but uh, I made this comment sort of in jest because I actually don't believe that people who don't want to date people from a certain race are racist. So I was a bit surprised with how upvoted this was. And I don't know, maybe you disagree. Maybe you think that if you don't date people of a certain race, you're racist.
I
But
don't, I don't think you're racist. I think more. I mean, unless it's an actual racist, like
I mean,
real
yeah,
racist reasons. I mean, for example,
you
like
can be
me.
racist.
Yeah, yeah,
You
but
can be racist, but I don't think it makes you racist
no,
because
no,
of
no.
that.
But let's example like to be fair, like if someone said, "Oh, I only like date white people because like something IQ something eugenics," I would
Yeah,
be like, "Bro." But I will say something like, I think it's more retarded. I feel not racist but retarded because I mean
yes,
it feels like okay, what makes you say that someone of a certain race won't fit that? It's the same with these people who
yeah.
say
It's
like, oh yeah, I
it's
won't date.
prejudice, right?
Yeah, it's like the same type of either a man like some dude online who says, "Oh, I will only date women who look like Instagram fake models," or the equivalent on the female side, right? It's silly. Like, why would you cut out people like that?
Yeah, and like the other people there said, you can just swipe. I think it's swipe left to reject, right? Swipe left to reject people who you personally don't find attractive, and so the only reason you typed out in your bio that you don't want to date uh, black people is to be like openly racist. So that person probably like 99% is racist, but still, like I made the comment somewhat in jest because I don't think I don't know that I don't think that being attracted to X types of person is um, racism. Like you can't choose what you're attracted to, so you can't apply a moral failing to someone who is attracted to a certain type of person. I don't think, at least.
No, I mean it's how do I say this? Like, I do know some people who do it for like strange reasons. Like there was, but then it's also some people like I've met have had the strangest reasons for like not dating someone or said really
Yes.
weird things to me. I
Yeah.
remember there was a guy who like said we were like just messing around a little, right? And he says like, "Oh, we need to like if I get a girlfriend, a wife," and then he starts telling me how she would be, and this was the only way he would accept it. And I was like, is this dude joking? Is he being serious? What the hell is up here? So I had to ask my other friend about it, and he said, No. He just jokes like that, but I don't think he was joking. Like, just to get an idea how bad this was, he said that the girl he marries would have to be forced to not wear any clothes at all ever. She could only be in the house cooking meals and shit like that. And it was just like sound like some strange fantasy.
Was he religious? Was he from a traditional
No,
background?
he's atheist. I don't know.
It must have been a joke, right? It's either a joke or, yeah, like you said, a sick fantasy, right?
Yeah, I don't know because at the same time I remember this one guy who, okay, this is a hot topic, right? But someone said something like this. This is on Facebook. They said something like, "How is cyberbullying even real? Why not just turn off the computer or turn off the screen?" And then I
That's
said,
funny though. That's real funny though.
yeah, but here's the thing. I agree in theory, but in some cases that cyberbullying comes out in the real life, right? And then
Yeah, and,
what is it
and
then?
it's
And then
not like
yeah, then
it's a meme, right?
yeah, I get the meme. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, yeah, it's a little funny, but or like, okay, to be fair, it was really funny the first time I saw it, but then when I started thinking about it, and then I gave her like the example of this horrifying story, like of a 12-year-old girl who was like cyberbullied, and then it became like in real life, and she killed herself when she was like 16 or something. It was horrifying. Like, it's one of those when you read that, you just want to go load a shotgun or something. Like, it's you get angry when you read that stuff. And then
Yeah.
anyway, I was saying this, and then this guy jumps in and starts saying weird stuff like, "Oh no, she deserved it. She was a slut and stuff." And then he
Hmm.
said, "Oh, whatever they want you to believe." And you know the day with the three things. What is it called? Like
Um,
parodies. What is it called?
parenthesis? Parenthesis?
But yeah.
Oh, give me a second.
Neo is going and being Brazilian somewhere. Is it like? I wonder if like in that country you're mandated to have like a football at home. Like,
Sorry, my dad just came in, so I had to mute myself.
yeah.
Probably missed whatever you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, I was saying that I wonder in Brazil if it's like court mandated that every household needs to have a football, and then during times like the government just bursts in through your door and forces you to play football.
They have to check if your skills are up to the challenge, just in case you are, enlisted to the World Cup. But yeah, so sorry about this. Like my dad just came in to because I had I changed my monitor. I'm not sure if I mentioned to you. I bought a new
Yeah.
monitor. Yeah, so I had to use I don't know the name of the tool to screw a screwdriver. That's what it's called, of course. And yeah, so I forgot that I left the screwdriver in my room, and he came asking me if I saw it, and yeah, of course, it was in my room. Anyway,
Yeah, I was just gonna say about that guy is that then the friend who told me that the other guy was joking that time said, "Oh, that guy's just shit posting 4chan random references." He told me, and like it took like a long time for us to convince that guy that like no, this guy was being serious. He's been really creepy towards women before, said actual statements about minorities and stuff. So it's dangerous, right? And not oh, sorry, not dangerous. That wasn't the word I was looking for. Like, but I mean, not everything is a shit post. That's the point of this.
yeah, and people are naive too, right? Because it's when people are sheltered enough, they actually have some trouble recognizing, for lack of a better word, evil people. Like
Yeah, on both sides, this is the case.
you think that it's a joke because you don't know them and because you don't know that people like that actually exist. But it's not always a joke. And like there's a good reason for you to assume it's a joke at first, but like it's only jokes only go so far with strangers, right? If it's a stranger and they keep repeating the same thing, you have to question if it's a joke. And
Mm.
I mean, there's obvious cases and cases, right? If you see an account who posts a cheat posting and all they do is like hate on Jews or something like that, you probably think, oh, that's probably a joke. That they, I mean, maybe they are using comedy as a way to, further an agenda or something. But very likely, someone who is doing that is doing it for humor rather than, actual anti-Semitism or whatever. And
I mean, if they here's the thing.
so there are cases in which a stranger can, be, uh, let's say, overly comedic about a touchy subject and not actually be, racist or anti-Semitic or whatever. But normally, you only do those kind of jokes with friends because you actually know that you, like, if I were to make a joke which was somewhat racist to you, you'd probably not think too ill of me because you actually know me a bit. So you know that I was probably like that. I am probably not racist. So
I mean, I respect you being a Latinx. I think
mm,
Latinx people are really cool.
yeah, I'd hope
Latinx
you shut
people.
up. Holy shit.
Like, I can just imagine if someone in Brazil heard me saying Latinx, I would get beaten up and bullied.
I mean, you probably would. I actually never heard that term except from Americans and people on the internet who speak English.
American white liberals.
Yeah, like of course people are gonna say. Actually, people don't even use Latinos in Brazil, right? What do we actually say? Uh, I actually don't know. I think probably Americans. The equivalent, Americanos, no caso, which is
Gringo!
gringos would be no, but that's what I mean, right? Like in South America, people who say America are not referring to the United States. They're actually referring to the continent. So,
Exactly, yeah.
so when we say Americano, we usually mean people from all of the continent of America and not North Americans.
What
So,
what do you think happened with that guy, by the way? Do you know what happened with Gringo guy? Like Astalriel?
I have no idea. I remember that he said that we are like collecting people who were mentally ill and he wanted no part of it. And then there was a saga in which apparently, remember when there was like a parallel server, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
basically,
without him.
yeah, no, there's that, but there was also a parallel server for people who were banned from my server. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, and people were complaining, blah, blah, blah. And apparently he joined that server for a bit and then left. But I never was on that server, so I don't know exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, but
But yeah, he was.
didn't you just like permaban one guy?
I permabanned two people. One was K-Man, and the other was
Thanks, April.
who was it? The person who kept changing their gender every day.
What?
Yeah, one day they were male, the other day they were female. I don't remember their name anymore. I'm so bad with names, dude. Incredible. Anyway, they lied that they were being
Oh yeah, that
abused.
person. Yeah. I roasted them in a news server when they joined. They, well, yes, thank you, April. Rumbling Stone.
Rumbling.
Yeah,
Yeah, rumbling. Yes.
who either they were just a retard or they were a mastermind. Nothing in between.
I mean, I'm gonna.
Retarded mastermind? Compromise?
It's retarded. I mean, they're young, right? They're a teenager, so most
Yeah.
of them were teenagers, which was actually why it was so fucking annoying to be on that server. Like, I learned my lesson. I shouldn't hang out with teenagers. They're very annoying.
Don't take it personally. The people who listen.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a teenager before, so, I'm not putting myself out of the category. I was a retard when I was a teenager too. So, hopefully when you're not a teenager anymore, you'll no longer be retarded. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I used to be more in the OK Buddy Reiner server, but then I realized like majority of people were under like 18, and I was like, like the fucking season 3 Attack on Titan end credits. Sayonara. That was me. Like I just I'm done.
I actually couldn't ever get into the humor of Okay Buddy Reiner. I understand that's sort of the Okay Buddy retard humor a
Yeah,
bit, but Okay Buddy Reiner, I couldn't get it. Like
no, no,
some of the jokes I understood and I found funny, but most of them I couldn't.
what really? Some guy in the OK Buddy Rider server was 12.
Really?
Yeah, they say look at the Twitch chat. Someone said that. I didn't know that, April. Like damn. Also, sorry, I don't know who you are, April.
Uh,
Like if we met before, I'm sorry. I'm from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. But yeah, in OK Buddy Reiner, there was this. I was like talking, like make my normal jokes, like sex jokes and shit, and then I realized that, oh damn, these. Then someone said, hey, you know, Gagger, you know that person is 15, right? And I was like, oh fuck me, and I was out. I just deleted my joke that I just didn't really engage anymore in that server. Like I
yeah,
show up now and again because I still like the head mod though. Okay, Buddy Reiner. So or like
I see.
no, Reiner AOT. I see him as a friend. I do. I mean, we known each other for a long time.
Do you
But
actually still visit Attack on Titan subreddits?
okay, Buddy Reiner I visit, and then I see some art and stuff from Shingeki no Koen,
I
which is
see.
cool. But I mean, Titanfolk, I haven't even been there in God how knows how long. But I mean, they must
Yeah,
be. Yes, they coped so hard they created their own ending. I mean, come on.
yeah, and I told Donnie I'm waiting until it's over so I can binge read it. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
no,
probably gonna be good. Apparently the art was really good. So
yeah, the art. I mean, as I said, the art I've seen looks phenomenal. So, but I'm just thinking to myself, okay, this is what I would say, right? If they the issue for them, right? And I'm trying to be as nice as I can now, is that whatever they do with that ending, if it ends the way they want it to end, like that theory and everything, it's a doujin. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Because it is. Like, no, because
I
if you
mean,
think of
you think
it is like
doujin
what,
means hentai, but doujin doesn't mean hentai. Just so you're clear,
no, wait,
doujin
wait,
only means
no,
fan made.
wait. Yes, can you repeat that for me? Because I didn't, because you started laughing. I actually wanted to hear what you said. So
Yeah, sorry. It's
explain it to me like you would to a retarded 3-year-old.
yeah. Doujins aren't all hentai. Doujin is just an umbrella term used for fan made manga, and it doesn't even have to have like an original, like a. It doesn't have to be on the world of a property that is official. You can create your own manga and call it a doujin, and they're usually sold at like the Japanese equivalent of Comic Con. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's
Okay.
Comic Cat, something like that. But yeah, so what I think you're trying to say is that it's basically a hentai, right?
I mean, okay, now I get it more. Then I will actually change what I said. So now the post I made, like I made a bait post not long ago, Shingeki no Koen, and then it got like either 70 comments or 200 comments, and I was like, mate, I did it, I baited them. Because okay, wait, what I did right, the very famous Eremika doujin, because that is a doujin, like
Yes.
yeah. So what I
The
did
one who
was
has art which is like very close to Isayama's, right?
it's eerie. I will say I don't. Okay, honestly, hand on my heart, if someone like, what do you think? If someone pushed me to the wall and asked, what do you think? Do you think Isayama did it? Of course I don't. Of course I don't. But it's very eerie. The
Yeah.
similarities is eerie. But anyway,
Yeah.
so what I did was I posted the AOT no requiem on top, you know, with the impossible, you know, the impossible format. So it's the dad impossible looking at, you know, that, and then when he turns around to the kid, it's that Dojin, like the Arabica one, and it says, "Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power."
Oh, I see. It's not in. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now I know the format you're talking about.
Yeah, now you know what the
Yeah.
bait was.
Yeah. I think I actually saw that. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe you sent it to me. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
it was bait. It was like so clear bait. But people, I saw in the comments like the all like, unless so because I never read the comments. In like if I see I get 2 upvotes and then like 80 comments, I don't read the comments. Like I don't.
of course,
They're not gonna say nice things, right?
yeah.
So so I was like, nice, they took it. Because okay, because now I will retract that actually. This then I guess, I mean it would be borderline
It is a
Dojin.
doujin. It is a doujin.
Okay, so it is a Dojin. Okay, cool. So I
Yeah,
thought
for
it was.
sure.
But yeah, my point here is that they could make it if they don't overdo the whole shebang. It might be
I
like,
think it's not gonna be
but
like.
here's the thing. I don't want to spoil it to you, so I will just say the review, the basic, and you probably heard this, that yes, the art is good, the writing, it's you know, it's not there. Because to be fair,
Really?
it's a Yama. Say what you want about it, but he is a fantastic writer. Like he is. I know you disagree with how he ended it. I get that, but up until a point, you would concede that, right?
I think so. At least. I mean, yeah. Like he was
To a point, of course,
very.
of course.
No, it's like I'm not sure because I'm still new to writing, like completely new essentially. So there's stuff that I don't know how to put into words precisely because I can tell the quality of the writing of different media and how different it is and how good the author is. Essentially, one of the criteria that I can, sort it by is by looking at how predictable things are. And I don't think Attack on Titan was kind of ever predictable.
No,
Um,
no, no, it wasn't.
and
He was really
but
good.
but it yeah, but it wasn't random. Like there was always like a plan essentially. And so, oh, sorry about the noise. Holy shit! I'm not sure exactly why my dad decided he had to use a fucking drill while I'm recording, but okay. Sorry. Yeah. I don't think Attack on Titan was ever predictable, but it wasn't. Oh, suddenly an explosion happens. Oh, suddenly there's aliens. Which is funny because kind of there was, oh,
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah,
there's aliens.
sort of, sort of.
Yeah, but it never felt contrived. And I have a very good sense for when things are contrived, and it never felt that way. So I can recognize him as a good author, at least on that scale. But there's like other criteria I would use, which would make me not consider him that good of a writer.
Yeah, so
But of
yes,
course,
yeah, so yes, the
he,
last point. So because I might be wrong because okay, so what I've seen on the Reddit, because now I don't want to, let you down or anything, but I, from what I've seen, because I don't know really what happens in that, I mean, I saw a synopsis sort of for the first chapter, but whatever. Point here being that they, how to explain this, it feels like it's not, it's at best a 5, and it goes between 2 and 5 in terms of writing. So it's never, a 9 or something. But who knows? Maybe like it will be critically acclaimed when it's done. Who knows?
I see. I actually had no idea that the writing wasn't very good. That's a shame. Um,
No, because I
at
mean,
least when Ani told me about it, apparently it was good. At least the start. But I think he only saw the first chapter, and I asked him not to talk about it after that because I wanted to read it in one sitting.
no, I mean, here's the thing. It is no,
Please
so as I said,
don't go too much into details if
no,
you
no, no,
can.
no, no,
So
no, I'm not. The thing that I'm worried about, right, is that first of all, like as I said, the art is fine, but the issue, because I don't know what happens in it, right? But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's it's not as clear because even if because I'm not, I can sit down and now I'm talking about real Attack on Titan, right? Like the actual Attack on Titan. The
Yeah.
thing is that when I dictate if something is a good ending, a good story, I need to sit down and okay, I need to look at everything, right? Because I mean, if you look at something like Game of Thrones, right, how that ended, that was objectively bad, like objectively bad, the ending. Attack on
Yeah.
Titan, it's it's how do I say this? There are two things about the end, right? That sure I would concede. Okay, these are objectively bad. Those two things are objectively bad, but the rest, but they are not bad in such a way that they ruin the ending itself. They're just bad. Whereas in Game of Thrones, there are things that are so bad they ruin the ending completely. And like
Yeah.
it's so it gets harder because I saw some guy trying to say like, oh look at here, like Game of Thrones season 8, end of Attack on Titan, the same. It's so bad. And I said to him, bro, because all his plots they were objectively wrong. Like because it's also this thing, right? And this is again, I'm not saying you did this at all. I'm not saying you personally did this at all. But there was
No,
this
I did it
sense,
for sure.
yeah, of course. No, but there was this sense of entitlement that I didn't understand. Because here's the thing, just because you didn't like it, that doesn't make it bad. That's what people just, it felt like people, that plot point just over people's heads about the ending of Attack on Titan. Because this guy, right, he argued just because I didn't like this explanation, therefore it's as bad as Game of Thrones. It's like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Like if you personally didn't like the ending, that's fine. But don't come here and say it's as bad as Game of Thrones because I didn't like how this was explained. It was explained because I mean, for example, because my dad is in the other room and I don't want to spoil Attack on Titan for him. So
Oh,
I will let you respond after this final point, right? Though my
sure.
point here being that if you see something like Game of Thrones, Jon Snow being a Targaryen and everything like that, that had fuck all to do with the plot. It had nothing to do with the plot. And
Mm.
there was, as I said, I can find maybe one or two, as I said, things like that in Attack on Titan ending. But with Game of Thrones, it was like, what, 20 things or something? At least 20 things. Whereas Attack on Titan had two. And I'm like, okay, you know what, that's fine. That's fine. But as I said, I concede I don't think Attack on Titan is as good on a whole as, for example, Tokyo Ghoul. I don't.
Um, so before I go to answer your point, or your points, I should say, I just wanted to highlight something I found on Reddit, which was a post from like 17 hours ago, a comment. So it's unexpected, right? And it's a GIF of lions attacking like a, not sure what kind of animal it is, like a bison, something like that. And the lions are fighting each other, and the bison escapes, right? Even though the bison was down before.
Mm-hmm.
And a comment there says, it's like seeing rich bastards arguing about who is going to be the richest man in the world above our dying and starving bodies. And I'm like, okay, so this is...
Can you repeat the last part of your sentence? Because I just found, I had to go in and find your Reddit account. But anyway, continue.
Yeah,
Just repeat the last sentence.
yeah. The comment is, it's like seeing rich bastards arguing about who is going to be the richest man in the world above our dying and starving bodies. So
Uh,
here's a gif of lions attacking a bison. And then the bison escapes because the lions fight each other. And then this guy is talking about rich bastards arguing about who is going to be the richest man in the world above our dying and starving bodies. And I'm like, exactly what prompted that comment? Exactly how does he connect a gif of lions attacking a bison to some political statement about a situation which is completely fictional. Rich bastards argue about who is going to be the richest, or dying and starving bodies. Who is he talking about? And I'm like, this is the second most upvoted comment. And it's a subreddit which has a gif of a lion attacking bisons. How is that related?
No,
Like,
it's as I said, American white liberals are
how
unironically
does this
retarded.
how does this have 722 upvotes? What is going on here? It is so out of place. And
That
it's
dude, don't
like
go to Toilet Paper USA, whatever you do.
I
Leave.
I have the subreddit hidden.
Yeah, I don't even go to all anymore. I just go for my own, subs.
Sorry. Yeah, so sorry, I just had to bring this up before I answered you because
Yeah,
otherwise I'd forget it.
yeah,
So we were talking about the end of Attack on Titan and how it compared to Game of Thrones.
yeah.
And
I was just give you the summary, sort of what you said, so it's easier for you to remember. Essentially, my point was, and then you can respond, and then I'm gonna go and have a smoke, but I will listen to you, of course. But my
yeah,
yeah, just
I
short.
think I remember more or less your point, to be honest. So don't worry.
No,
I
okay,
can
cool.
just
Then go.
answer.
Just then go.
Yeah. So the thing about Game of Thrones is that I actually quit, I think on season 4 or 5, one of those. I was already pissed off about some things that were happening, and I thought that the quality of writing dropped down very high, or dropped down like very low, that is. And I couldn't watch it anymore. And then I kind of tried to get caught up, but there was a scene where I don't know, Jon Snow was uh, getting attacked by like the Ice King, something like that. Like the nine. I don't remember what they're called. Like the zombies, the ice zombies, the
The
king of
others
the
in the
ice
book.
zombies.
Yeah, the others in the
Okay.
book, and then whites in the show. I don't. The
Yeah.
White
Okay.
Walkers. White Walkers.
Yeah. White Walkers. So he's being attacked by the White Walker King, right? And they're like in this. I don't know what to call it, like an iceberg, something like that. And they have to fight them. And then Daenerys crosses the whole fucking world in like half an episode to save him. And like that's where I dropped it because I couldn't suspend disbelief anymore. Like I don't, because people usually are like, oh, that's a problem, but you have no problems with dragons. Like they're being snarky about you accepting some things in a fantasy setting but not accepting the like people think that you can't want realism on a fantasy setting, but you can. Like you lay out the rules and then you have to follow the rules. Like
Yeah, of
you
course.
can you can you can make whatever rules you want. You can have magic and dragons, whatever. But if all of a sudden you introduce aliens or something like that, people will be pissed because it's not in the rules.
No,
Uh,
I completely agree.
and so let's not be snarky and think, oh, why are you annoyed at the lack of realism of a dragon flying the whole world in half an episode? Uh, there's a real reason to be annoyed at that. And like the show was already dipping in quality, so I quit. And so I actually didn't watch the final season. I already decided that it wasn't worth it before. And well, I was apparently vindicated because everybody hated the final season. But
Yeah.
I should say that you said that there's like two problems with the Attack on Titan ending, and there's like 20 with the Game of Thrones ending. And
Something like
I
that.
don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how many problems there is with the Game of Thrones ending, but I think there's more than two with the Attack on Titan ending. Uh, and like I couldn't list all of them from my head, and if I tried, I probably could only list like five or something. But still, like I think there's more than two. So I'm curious, what's the two that you think of are the problems with the Attack on Titan ending?
Okay, so if it's cool with you, is it cool if I say this and then we put the nail on this on this part of the convo about the Attack on Titan because I would feel we would fall both
Yeah,
into no, and then I go and have a smoke. Is that fine?
yeah,
Okay,
because
cool, cool. Okay,
yeah,
so the two.
it's just so I explain why. Like to be honest,
Okay,
I'd
so
probably have trouble understand like remembering all the problems with the Attack on Titan because like it's been I don't know how many months has it been since it ended? Like 3?
something like that. But anyway, so the two big points I have is first of all, it's let's see now. It's first of all, it's strange to me the very last part of the ending. You know, with the tree and the kid and the tree. Then you know what I mean. That I
I
felt,
think I know what you mean.
yeah, and I also so that whole addendum is what brought down the show for me because I like the one we saw first, right? You know what? You know,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
you're a
yeah,
weirdo.
yeah. You know which one I meant. Like I
You're a
like that.
weirdo. You're like the only person I know who liked the first ending.
Like, to be fair, I've seen plenty of people who agree with me. They
I
were like,
see.
yeah, this is really good. This is
Were
really
they
good.
on Twitter by
No,
any
they
chance?
no, they were here and there. I'm not trying to be a
Okay,
dick. Like I literally saw
it's
it
all
like
right.
that. And I'm gonna actually say I'm gonna go hot take right now. Shingeki no
Uh,
Kyojin, the main sub is diverse as it is. It's a fair. I always felt it was a fair representation of everyone's views. So it's you have the same amount, like the IRL amount of Erehisus, IRL amounts of Eremikas, IRLs of people who don't give a fuck about shipping at all. And you get a fair representation of all of them on there. I always felt that, and those people who read the ending, they said that part, oh yeah, that was good. But so that was one of the things. The second thing I had an issue with was I think it was something I read. Yes, the whole Levi thing, his arc. I felt no, this this is waste. This is not how it was supposed to be. It felt like I'm not saying that he had to go out fucking gun guns glory fucking killing everything. But I was like he felt like he wasn't used at all in the last arc at all. He did a few
yeah,
things, and it felt like, okay, Isayama did not know what to do with this character, and that's a point I concede completely.
yeah.
I concede
The
it.
editor probably told him that he couldn't kill Levi because the fans would be too angry. So
That
he just decided to.
I don't think so. I
I
would
mean, I wish that was the case because he killed Irwin, which was the fan favorite back then. So it shows that he wasn't afraid at some point to kill favorite characters. But I think that, like with time, he began to listen to the fans more. Um, at least that's how I see things. At least.
yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go have a smoke. So see you in 5.
Okay, I'll wait. And while we wait, I will probably mute myself. Actually, Ani, if you're there, here's some keyboard noises. There. I hope you like that. I'm gonna mute myself now.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
Did you look in the chat?
I haven't actually. What is the chat saying?
No, no, look in
There's
the
nothing in the chat.
no, in the Discord chat.
Oh, let me see. What's that? 15 signs you're a Plimbo male. Super rare. And is it better than... is it like a... is it like a
These guys
Pokemon
are
type?
these fucking guys. I swear to God, please, please, can they just? Oh, they're so fucking annoying. I don't know if he's
Is it?
serious or not. Like, what is this?
I mean, it must be serious, right? It's like a Pokemon type, right? Because I mean, the thing with alpha, beta, and gamma, sigma, all the fucking Greek
And
letters.
Plimbo.
Yeah, and Plimbo. Uh,
Put it on screen. You need to put this shit on the screen. It's the best fucking thing I've seen.
okay, let
I'm
me.
stealing the Plimbo.
Here's the thing, though. Uh, like all of those came from like a Darwinist analysis of hierarchy in social groups of animals, right? So the alpha male is like the strongest and the leader of the group, and the betas are like the people who like are the next in line for leadership, and they obey the alpha male, but they're trying to like get his place essentially. And then there's like the sigmas and etc.
Yeah, the
Anyway,
Sigma is the
my
ones
point
who
is,
get to fuck the most, by the way. Like,
yes,
it's
of
not...
course,
No, because
the
I'm not...
sigma is the best.
No, not as a meme, though. Like, or is it the Sigma or the other one? Because you have the Alpha and the Betas, and then you have another group, and I don't know if this was the Sigma and then it became a meme, of course, but...
I don't know.
Okay,
Like I can't correct you.
no, okay, so what happens is this. The Alphas, they go fuck, and then the Betas try, and then the Alphas chase the Betas away. But in the meantime, while the Alpha is chasing the Betas, this other group, also like Sigma or whatever they're called, right?
Oh, I
They
see.
they fuck the females too. That's
I
at least a
see.
theory I've heard. I need to double check.
That sounds real funny. Because for people who don't know, I think it's on chimp troops. Like chimp troops, females are not selective, so they'll mate with any male.
Yeah.
And the reason why, like, there's a reproductive advantage to be an alpha is that the alpha will chase the other males away, and the males will just run.
Yeah.
So if apparently the alpha is busy chasing out the betas, then the sigma comes in and, and bangs his wife.
Yeah,
That's just a real
it's
power move, dude.
dude, it's not rar. I tell, like, you
Yeah,
think I say these things as a joke? It's real. They're coming.
I guess so. Here,
Bro,
it's saved a word
do you know how
user.
scared I would be to get a Japanese girlfriend? Do you understand? Like, I swear to God, like, if I get a Japanese girlfriend, right, and let's say she's actually curvy, then they're like, bro, like, I will just be walking out with her, and then 15 ugly bastards and 15 shotas will just appear out of nowhere. They
You're
just
gonna be
walk.
like you're gonna be with like that guy who wants his wife to stay in the kitchen because you'll be too afraid to let her leave
That's
the
what
house.
happened to him. That's what
Yeah,
he got a Japanese fake girlfriend, and then the ugly bastard disappeared. Like, it's like Dawn Guard in Skyrim, man. They just appear.
um, every villain has a tragic backstory, right? So
Exactly, right? That was his
that's
tragic
what happened.
backstory.
I put the image on
Yeah,
Twitch.
Plimbo. There it is. The Plimbo.
It's so stupid. Like they're coming up. It's like astrology for males, right? Essentially,
Yes, it's the astrology for men.
that's what it is. They're just coming up with new symbols to try to explain reality, but it's just superstition. Essentially, there's nothing to it. I mean, I haven't watched the video. Maybe there's something to it, but if you see the
Maybe it's a shit
fucking
post.
thing
Maybe
there,
it's a shit post. Maybe it is.
one can hope. One can hope. There's 6 million subscribers, so hopefully, I mean, there was something. Oh, right, because we're talking about. Here's something which is somewhat related. A thread on Reddit. Reddit, please ban incel subreddits. And then there's a bunch of comments. What's your take on that?
Again, you need to repeat what you said. I couldn't hear it.
The thread, the title of the thread is Reddit, please ban incel subreddits.
But there are none left. They are
Are
gone.
there none left? Oh, and
They are
are
all
they
gone.
all banned? The like to give context, the thread is basically explaining that someone died and the killer was active in incel
Oh,
subreddits.
what? How? There are none left. Which are there left?
I'm not sure.
Wait. No. Okay, there's one left. Okay, okay, I'm gonna take this as brief because I know
I think the red pill exists. I haven't checked in a while, but I think it exists.
Yeah, but it's not...
It's quarantine.
Yeah, but
It's quarantine.
have they become incel now? Because they actually LARP
No, no, no.
as alphas trying to getting laid.
But
So I mean, they're not incels. I will give them that.
yeah, but I think that people try to like put them all in the same basket? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
because
which is
if
really stupid.
yeah, sure, but like you can't expect people to know that much about like a niche culture, right?
They need to
People
channel
have.
their dude. They need to channel their inner Plimbo. This
I
is
see.
the Plimbo male. They need to channel it, and then it's fine.
The Plimbo male grind set. I know. Um. Anyway, I was a bit surprised because many of the comments were basically saying don't do that because it's stupid to try to uh, pretend that incels will go away if you ban the subreddits, which I agree with. So I was interested in seeing your opinion, if you think that it's good to ban those subreddits or not.
No, because I mean, as you know, I'm a very is it called pragmatic? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. What I am. I'm very pragmatic. I've always been. And for me, it's like what the what subreddits, you know. However, there is one left, and there's a really funny story about it. It's called
Wait, I'm not gonna allow you to whistle out of my question. Ban it or not? Just tell me.
ban what subreddit?
Okay, the subreddit that you just described that exists.
No, don't ban it,
Okay, I just wanted to know. Sorry, you can continue.
bro. What the fuck?
Like you're being too, you're being a politician. You have to give straight answers.
No, no, I did give a straight answer. Like I don't know. Like there are none left. So the question to me it's sort of pointless. But let's say they existed. No, they shouldn't be banned.
Okay,
I'm a Plimbo male. I know this.
okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm a measly alpha, so I couldn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go against you, Mr. Plimbo Male.
No, after your 15th red pill, you become like a Plimbo.
Okay.
Anyway, so there was this subreddit called "Where Are All the Good Men?" And this subreddit is, I think, incel now. It didn't start out like that. They were just making fun of nice guys, that subreddit. And then, but then they became incel. Because there was this one post about a
Wait,
girl.
sorry, because there's too many layers of irony there. Is it a male or a female subreddit?
It's a male subreddit.
Okay.
So, but they make fun of women who struggle with dating.
Hmm.
But at certain, they used to make fun of a certain type of women, like the women who are like, oh, I am like so bad towards guys. I hate all men. Why can't I get a nice guy? Those were the
Hmm.
type of women they made fun of. But now it's just all women bad. So my point here being that how do I say this? So what happened was there was this post again about 2 years ago that said something like there was this girl who had it wasn't like her fault that the boyfriend broke up with her because I mean he should have been more upfront that he wanted to date someone who was like either a virgin or maybe had like one boyfriend and he wasn't honest about that to her and lied about it and then I'm like sure but doesn't that make him in the wrong because she was upfront to him from the start, right? She didn't lie about it. She said, "Yeah, I've had like 5 or 6 boyfriends before,"
Yeah.
and he knew that. And then 2 years into dating, he was like, "Nah, goodbye." And then I'm like, then it's on. I feel it's on him because then he should have been upfront with her and said, "You know what? That doesn't make me comfortable. I don't want to date you," which is fine. Anyway, so they were making fun of this girl, and then I said, "What are we doing here? We can't make fun of what is this like she was in the right and then
Yeah.
like and then people are like oh if a girl has like one no wait I realized it was even worse than that we didn't even know the post didn't tell how many boyfriends she had we didn't know if it was 1, 2 or 3 or 30 we didn't know and then I
Hmm.
said some guy said oh all women like these are whores or something he said and then I said okay, so having one boyfriend makes you a whore? Having sex one time makes you a whore? So am I a whore now? I asked. And then I got banned. Like perma banned from the subreddit. I'm not even kidding. And then the guy, I said,
I know, I know.
then I said, are you joking? And then he said, oh, like, no, dude. And then I said, God, dude, my guy, my my non-Plimbo male, because that was how far ahead of my time I was. I even knew back then what a Plimbo male was. And I said,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't, of course not. But anyway, what I said to him, because they made also fun of communists and stuff. And then I said,
Mhm.
if you just ban people for disagreeing with you, what is the difference between you and political humor? And then he said, oh,
Yeah,
you're a fucking retard for not knowing the rules. And then I got banned. Then,
I see.
a year later or something, or 1.5 years later, the main mod of that subreddit posted something. And then then someone in the comment section said, hey, aren't you the head mod for Where Are All the Good Men? I said, yes, he is. And then I said to him, like, I just bit into him and said, Kevin, because that's his name, Kevin the guy or something, that's his name on Reddit. He said, like, I said to him, Kevin, I'm going to be honest, you are an incel. And if you had any backbone, you would excuse yourself from the fucking conversation right the fuck now. Then he felt this Plimbo energy I was radiating and
Huh.
reinstated me to the subreddit. He took away my ban, so I can post there
Oh,
now.
actually, kind of based.
Yeah,
Huh.
he got like he might be a Plimbo now too. No, I
I
was kidding.
see.
He's still an insult probably. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so that subreddit maybe is an insult subreddit, and they might,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, I don't think it should be banned
Yeah.
unless they dox people then, and like the mods. I think if the mods are actively supporting doxing people or in real life sort of not torture but bullying, let's use bullying as a term, then sure I see a reason for it being banned. But other than that, I don't really see a reason for it being banned.
Yeah. I feel the same way. And I don't know, like, I actually, I haven't even seen incel subreddits before. Like, I've seen subreddits which contain a lot of, let's say, misogyny. Like, there used to be like a Kotaku in Action, which was,
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it still exists or not,
it does.
but
It does.
it does? Okay, yeah, it used to make to the front page, and I don't see it anymore. I'm not sure. Maybe I hid it, so it wouldn't show up in my feed. But anyway, those kind of subreddits aren't very popular, or if they are, they're all quarantined already.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that big of a problem. I am a bit, I don't know, though, like how do people upvote so much stuff like this? How are people so willing to remove subreddits and, essentially, like, did removing the Donald actually help things out? I don't think so.
No, it
And
didn't.
at least our conservative is a bit better, I think, but it's not much better. Like, and I actually had a thing in our conservative. If I can find it in a second here. Yeah, here. So, for example, there's a thread where it's a meme, right? About Cuomo, the mayor of New York.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the media talking about Andrew Cuomo right now. I can excuse murder, but I draw the line at sexual misconduct. I actually don't know the whole backstory. Like, why do people call him a murderer? Killing grandma, something like that?
No, because he put old people in ICUs without proper treatment, so they all got COVID and died. Sort
Oh,
allegedly.
okay, okay. All right. So anyway, and the sexual misconduct, I mean, I assume it's sexual harassment, right?
He really liked those double D sheets.
I see.
Really liked
And
them.
can you blame him? Can you blame him?
I mean, the way he did it, I can't. But I see your point. I
I
see the
know.
joke.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
because
It's a,
the thing is like, it's strange because like he would do it in the open. He would grab some ass in the open, and like with
dude,
women. Wait, what did you say?
I'm sorry. I'm just you know how do I say this? um, imagine how much in control of things and how highly you think yourself to think that you can get away with that, right?
Yeah, that's yeah. No, because he was also praised by the media all the fucking time, the American media.
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean,
and during COVID too, which is ridiculous. And
even
actually, they would air his opinions, right? I remember seeing headlines which was basically Cuomo criticizing other cities for their mask policies and stuff like that.
yeah, and I mean, I don't know if you know, but in Sweden we have had no lockdowns at all.
I knew that the Netherlands had no lockdown. I didn't know that Sweden had no lockdowns.
We we have some loose rules, but seriously, no one follows them.
I
Like
see.
alcohol can't be sold after a certain time in bars, and you can only be a max certain of people inside. But I haven't seen, someone getting called or something, like cops showed up to kick out people or something. I haven't seen that at all. So I don't
So
think that's real.
before you continue on the subject, let me just, because I don't think I'll find a good segue for this. So let me just, interlude this here, and then we can continue with the COVID thing. Um, so during this thread, which was about Cuomo, and someone posted, right? There's too many comments. Let me give me a second. Fuck. Okay. So just like the baby, man's killed someone in the cereal aisle of Walmart, but him talking bad about gay people is where I draw the line. So basically, he's comparing being homophobic to being a murderer, and he's drawing a comparison to that between that and Cuomo, which is fine. I think it's a bit funny, but whatever. And then the reply is like, well, it was found he was using self-defense. A man pulled a gun in front of his kids, not defending him, just saying. Then someone replied, the baby should be popular with conservatives on paper. This someone are conservative, I should say. And
Mm.
then someone replied to that, and this reply is removed, so I don't know the wording precisely.
No,
But
you
it was
said
something like,
racist.
no, it wasn't. It was something like, let me remember. It was, oh, yeah, but he's black, and we conservatives don't like those. So I went into his profile to see if he was a conservative or not. And lo and behold, well, I shouldn't say lo and behold because it's not like I got conclusive evidence or anything. But he was like defending trans surgery, something like that,
All right.
which is something that's very unlike a conservative. So
Yeah.
he was. So I just commented something like a "Hi there, false flagger," which is like a person who's posing as another group to create disorder, right? And so I'm not sure if our conservatives that much better than are the Donald, but it's clearly like there's still the same problem with brigaders or whatever you call them, and people posing as conservatives to try to get a like the subreddit ban, I think.
No, I
And
remember. Yeah, continue.
yeah, no. So we can go back to the original topic because I found on political compass memes an Australian person. I actually couldn't believe what he was saying because he said that people have to basically register a QR code with every place they shop at, and unless they get a green light, like the shopkeeper gets a green light saying that the person doesn't have COVID, essentially, they don't let the person in. And if you have been in a place which had someone which had a negative check to COVID in the last 14, like in the last 14 days, you have to wait until 14 days are over until you can go out and shop. You have to self-isolate. So basically, the government has a list of everyone, their status of COVID and where they've been and where they're shopping, and they can't shop if they have COVID. And I just thought that was like extremely dystopia. Uh, how
Okay, I will
how
say
much
this.
control do people have over like their citizens in Australia. I think it's kind of creepy.
Okay, so I got it. I got it. Okay, so this is how it is, right? I
Mm.
agree that it's bad, but what's very important to keep in mind is that because I also didn't believe what I was seeing but that is New South Wales. It's not the entirety of Australia. And what's
Mm.
also important to remember is that New South Wales, uh, their governors, like the people who run their state, are trash. Like they're really, really horrible. Like when before COVID, right? When the bushfires were happening, like the deputy premier. So you have, the guy, the governor, so to say. It's a woman in this case. And then
Mm-hmm.
below the governor, you have the deputy premier, so the second one in command, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this guy, who has like a lot of power, he was in England during the time, in London, during this time when there were fires, and like his state was essentially burning down. And he was just chilling out in London and refused to go back to Australia.
Yeah, I
And
actually saw a
and
news
and
article on that.
I don't know if you saw that, but he also had a comedian arrested. Like I'm talking about, they went to his house and almost didn't really drag him outside, but when he came outside, they like pinned him to the ground, arrested him, and threw him into a car, an unmarked car. This was
Mm-hmm.
so Friendly Yordies did a whole video about it. It was really interesting, like horrible, but point here is that he sues everyone who makes fun of him and shit. We need to keep that in mind that New South Wales it's not a
It's a shithole.
it's not a shithole. It's more just badly run state
But
because
like,
it's a really
isn't it?
beautiful. Continue, because I just
Like,
I used to live in Australia for 2 years.
yeah, I remember. But here's the thing: like, they have like the shopkeepers are compliant. They're following that stupid rule
I
of
know.
checking everyone, and you'd think that when the government is corrupt and incompetent, people would be less likely to follow it. But apparently, people are happy to follow it in this case. And I don't know that like authoritarianism is like completely on the rise on the whole world. I think.
Yeah, authoritarianism, yes, but the thing is like, how to say, I agree that it's crazy that people would agree with it because in Europe, right? So in good old Europa, like you have people saying no to this shit. You had like people burning their vaccine passports who already had them in solidarity with the ones who do not have them.
Yeah, in
And
France, yeah.
yeah, in France they had big protests, in Italy too. So I mean, the thing is like, and also in Northern Europe, so where I live, it's like no one really, cares more. It's more like, oh, what they're doing over there, that's crazy, and then they continue their life as normal.
Yeah.
So and then you have the fucking, not the final point, of course, but Queensland, where I used to live, right? There it's fine. Like I just checked it. They have like standard rules there, like you would expect in any other place. They have like okay, maybe the masks inside schools is a little crazy if you're vaccinated, but other that's the only rule I saw that was like out of place. Other than that, it seemed like normal fucking rules.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. But like,
New South Wales,
still,
yes, hellhole. Right now,
still,
yes.
I think that authoritarianism is on the rise.
No, I
Like
agree.
on the
I agree.
UK, for example, like I've seen a poll. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm misquoting or like quoting fake news, but it was on Reddit and it was very upvoted. So maybe it's trustworthy. I'm not sure. Anyway, point is, there was a poll. The question was something like, uh, would you be okay if the government passed a new law uh, which made it so it was illegal to sell books which contained racism, homophobia, etc., etc.? So basically, it was censorship for books which contained those subjects. And like, um, I think it was 40% of people who said no, it wasn't okay.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, so there's a caveat, which is 60% of people were split between it was okay and basically let's say a doubt answer. I don't remember exactly what term they used, but it wasn't either. It wasn't either yes nor no. So it was pretty close to being half of people who were okay with passing that law. And I think that's really fucking scary. Like, how
Yes.
much do you trust your government that you would allow them to have the power to ban books? I think that's, I don't know, that like, there's some things that's like the government shouldn't have control over, I think.
The thing that you're saying there is it is scary to hear about, but it's also I think the thing is that the only like saying no to this stuff means that people have to do things and people hate doing things. Because I mean, the thing is like if you said
But
this
there
stuff.
were many people who said yes. Like, I think it was at least 30%. I don't
No,
remember
no, no. Because
exactly.
what I'm getting at here is I am agreeing with you. Like that is bad. Don't get me wrong. The thing is like that. How do I say? These people. It's easier for them to argue why we should have like you know authoritarianism without calling it authoritarianism than it is to stand up and say this is wrong, this is fucked. I mean, but
Yeah,
Great Britain is like it's fucked. I will never live there. I thought for a while I might go live there, but not now. Never.
yeah,
Like I would. They. I mean, for example, like what is it like? I mean, they unironically arrest people over saying mean things on the internet.
yeah. That's so stupid. And there's other things too, right? Apparently the quality of life has declined a bit, and like the cities aren't as clean as they used to be. And you know, you've seen probably the tweets of the police saying, "Oh, we've captured many unlawful weapons," and then there's like a bunch of, I don't know, like a drill, like a wheel from a bicycle, and stuff that isn't even a knife, right? And then like there's a butter knife,
Then you have
and
a gun crime too.
yeah, it's like it's far too stupid, right? And then there's you need a license for everything, and like there's a meme for that, but you actually do need a license for everything. And then they have like ads from television broadcasting stations, basically saying it's not basically saying like literally saying we know that you do not have a license with us. Basically, we have a list with your name on it saying that you do not have a license with us, and it has this like threatening tone, basically implying that if you don't have a legal license to have television, you are actually like a pirate, right? You're committing piracy. So you have to pay for a license to have television, and it's like it's completely another bullshit. I think
No,
it's
we have the same in Sweden. We also have a TV license, but they have sort of, not entirely, but sort of
wait,
better.
seriously?
Yeah,
How the fuck?
because we have state-funded media here. Not all of it, not all of it, not all of it. But there are
I
two
see.
channels that are state-funded, and you have to pay to see them.
I see. Yeah, but you can watch other stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can, and I
Without
mean,
the
yeah, the thing is also with these, because I'm still saying like for other people it must seem super fucking weird. I concede that, but now since everyone is streaming everything anyway, like they don't really come around anymore.
I see. Yeah, makes sense. Still, like the thing that I found most worrisome wasn't even the existence of a TV license. It was the fact that they were saying that they had a
Oh yeah,
list
yeah.
of people who didn't have it, like, and threatening and making like an advertisement of it. Like, exactly what's the message there? It's be scared of us. We have information on you. We are watching. It's like literally the Big Brother, right? It's literally and not metaphorically 1984.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's actually 1984. The thing is that uh, I don't know. It's strange because I also think it's a cultural thing a lot because in America they get like beaten into them from a very young age about free speech, right? So to
Yes,
them,
thankfully.
yeah. So to them, because they say, so I think I'm not. I honestly think that when they say shit like how to say, oh, you shouldn't say this, shouldn't do that, they actually don't want it removed. They want
Yeah.
it. They are saying you shouldn't say this because of a moral stance. Whereas if you mean a
Yes.
European and they say you shouldn't say this, they mean you should be taken off the platforms. Like,
Hmm.
but I will say, of course, there's some Americans who feel you say that like, oh, this should be removed or this should be removed. And the thing is, like, I think that some people, like the white liberals, have started to realize what happens if you push out all the conservatives and all the right-leaning people. You get tankies. And the tankies, I don't know if you knew this, but I think they have taken over 5 major left-wing meme subreddits so far.
Um,
Or at least they've
are,
held them for a long time.
can I just ask, are there popular left-wing meme subreddits which are not taken over by tankies?
Yeah, they are like for people like the how to say for personalities they are not getting taken over, but all the other meme subreddits are now and again taken over.
I actually have like, okay, so let's call it full disclosure. Reddit has a system where you can block a subreddit from appearing on your front page,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, it only has 100 subreddits that you can block, and I blocked 100 of them fairly early, so I had to install uh, an extension called I think it's RES, something like that, RES.
Yeah.
Anyway, point being, I have many subreddits which I had to uh, like blacklist essentially, so you wouldn't see stuff from them anymore. And there's like, I don't know, there, at some point it felt like there was one new subreddit a day that we were making, and it was always shitty leftist news. And I don't know, like
Yeah, and they're always the same fucking thing. They're always, haha, right wing bad, Republican
yes,
retarded, ha 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 ha, left wing. Essentially, it's literally like the fucking like my left wing opinion, shad and based. Your opinion, so Jack, fucking cringe pill.
it isn't even that, because they actually don't, like, they always have to use this layer of irony, and it's so,
Yeah, it's so smug. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
yeah,
So
it's
fucking smug.
cringy. It's cringy actually to me. I feel cringy when I see that type of humor, which is so transparent and it's still ironic, essentially. Like, just to give an example of some subreddits which I have blocked. Late stage capitalism. I hate
What?
that.
Yeah, I have. I think I've never been into the subreddit. I heard what it was. No, I
It's
was in there once,
trash. It's
but now
it's
it
it's.
now it has to be really bad. Now it has to be like
I'm not sure
canceled.
what it is anymore, but it used to be America bad, essentially. There's Leopards Ate My Face, which actually has some interesting posts, but I don't like it. March Against Trump, which was back on when Trump was, very popular. There's like Enough Trump Span. Then there's, let me see some others. Like Toilet Paper USA, you mentioned it. Whatever. Where there were others, like Sanders for President was one, and Political Humor, Our Politics, of course. Like I have all of those blocked, and they're all stupid. I think. Murder by Words. I had to block Murder by Words because it was just tweets of AOC talking with a bunch, you know, giving one-liners.
Yeah, yeah, that was annoying. And oh, by the way, do you know what Murdered by AOC is? Like that subreddit.
Yes,
Here's
it's
here's
literally the same subreddit. Actually,
no here's the
it's
thing.
literally the same.
But here's the thing. Here's something funny about it. It's the
Uh,
same fucking guy posting everything. It's just
I
one guy
see.
posting. I'm not even
Yeah.
kidding. It's the same
Yeah.
fucking guy. And when I noticed it, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Do you
And
think
like,
that I can get a job doing the same thing? If I ask Jeff Bezos or no, who is it? Oh, George Soros. Yes. If I ask George Soros
oh, you're serious.
to give me some money so I can post one tweet from AOC every day, and then I don't know, hire a bunch of bots to upvote my posts. Do you think I could make some money out of that?
Who knows? The thing is, like, with this whole thing is that it's so cringe. It's the same person doing it. And so it has to be on her campaign team. And it's like people follow that subreddit, and it's like it's the hive mind. It's gotten they should have never ever started banning subs. Because this is what happens. It's just a hive mind and everyone hates it. I'm only in the fucking anime ones. Like some anime memes, and then like I follow some other memes, like pages and stuff, but I
Political compass, I assume.
yeah. It's based.
Yeah. I also I actually don't have much anime stuff. I have like conservative because I want to see what they're thinking. I also have political compass memes, and then I have like a bunch of meme stuff like wholesome. Do you know wholesome?
No, I should go there, but I am on eye bleach.
No, it's not wholesome with a W. It's wholesome without a W. It's basically the opposite of wholesome.
Ah,
But
okay, that's fine.
yeah,
I'm gonna look at it later. That's actually funny.
yeah.
But
Unfortunately, it's not very populated right now. But there's shit posting, which is real cool. And yeah, there's one I wanted to ask you. What do you think about men writing women?
it's trash. It's trash. That
Okay, but can you elaborate a bit? Because I am a bit interested in your opinion. I have my opinion about it, and I'll tell you after you tell what after you tell me what your opinion is.
as a the problem is, I think that okay, sure there are some things that like, ha, that's pretty funny, but the problem is that it devolved into just man hating, like all of these things do. Because in
I
the
think
start, no,
we
okay,
agree.
yeah, my what did you? Okay, anyway, I'm gonna continue. But
Yes.
the thing is that the first post I think it sprung from is true. It was so fucking funny, that post. It was like someone had written like this, and you've seen this, but so a man. Then it was like a man writing a woman character is like the woman raised, woke up in her bed and yawned and stretched out, and her breasts was pushed against the fabric of her t-shirt. The sun was glistening, making her bosom glow in gold.
Yes.
As she stepped out of the bed, her breasts jiggled against each other slowly. that
Yeah.
and then like the punchline is like she she breastily, boobily walked downstairs. I fucking died. It's just so and it's true sometimes. It's so fucking true.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
some guys write women like that, but the problem is, as I said now, it's just men bad. That's the subreddit
Yeah.
right now. Men bad.
Okay. So uh, I agree completely. I also think that it's okay to write like that if you're writing like erotic fiction, essentially, because obviously you have to be descriptive of the person's physical characteristics in
Yeah,
a
yeah, I wouldn't get bad if
erotic
some
fiction.
yeah, if someone wrote like a girl wrote about a guy, like it was a girl writing about a hot guy, like his pecs glistened in oil, his
Yeah,
his beep swayed from
if it
knee to knee. Like that's fine.
if it fits the plot and the narrative, it's fine. Also, like it's okay to narrate like the physical description of a character, and that's not bad writing. Like I've seen examples of posts on men writing women, which was just like a writer describing how a girl looked because she was being introduced. So of course, you introduce a character, you describe their appearance, and like because the writer described how attractive she was, that was seen as bad writing, and I think that's just stupid. Like and all of the comments were agreeing with the person. So I agree with you that it devolved into a man bad thing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and like, who cares? To be honest, in the end, right? Who cares if men write women on a sort of um, sexualized way? I think it's okay most of the time.
Yeah, so I really need to duck out soon, but I really need to mention this thing, right? Is
Okay.
that Stephen King, to be fair, I'm sorry, but he deserves sort of to be on there because, wow, this dude won't stop talking about breasts and thighs. Like I swear to God, in his books, it's like at least 20 pages talking about how full a girl's breasts were, or the thighs, how they looked, and then like it's also super jarring, right? Because he would go into this great detail, like her breasts were like, I don't know, juicy globes of something, and her thighs
I think I have a
started
good
bubbles. No,
example.
no, wait, it's a jarring example. I need to say this because then he will go into the thighs and be like, the thighs circle, creating like a thigh. You could see air between her thighs because they were so well formed. And then at the end, it's just like the butt was okay, and it's like, what you what? Like you just explained two parts. Of butt was okay. You're like, all right, like okay, we know what you like, Mr. King. We know.
All right. But here's the thing. I think it was. I don't know. I actually don't remember when I was writing or how I was writing or what I was reading. But here's the thing. I remember reading a book. I think it was by Stephen King. And here's how the story went. There was a man and a woman driving a car, right? The man was driving. The woman was on the shotgun seat. And they were stopped by a cop. And then the narrative shifted a bit, and it showed the inner, thoughts of the driver, the person who was driving the car,
Mm-hmm.
and he thought this elaborate fantasy of the cop raping the women, essentially, and the fantasy was
Okay.
described. Yeah, and the by the way, the woman was his sister, the
Oh,
woman
okay.
who was riding shotgun, and
Okay, I need
he
to ask a clarifying question.
yes.
Was it a fantasy in the sense that he would be like, oh, that's hot, or was it a fantasy like, oh no,
No,
this doesn't happen?
no, it wasn't. Like,
Okay,
I
so it's
should
like,
say,
okay,
yeah, it actually does not describe, like, it doesn't clearly let you know which one of those it is. It might have been a erotic
okay.
fantasy. It might have been a, oh my god, I don't want this to happen fantasy. It leaves it open.
Hmm.
But anyway, I thought it was quite, I don't know, unnecessary. Maybe it wasn't, I suppose. I think it was like, I don't remember exactly how the story goes after that. I just remember that scene, and I always found that it was a bit weird. But I think that was a good example of men writing women in the sense that, to me, it seemed a bit unnecessary, especially how vivid the description of the raping is. But yeah, I don't know what you think.
No, as I said, like in some cases, it did work. In I will say this though, in it, right, the clown one, like the book, it's then it makes sense that explains the main character that way because what it does, right, is that he explains because this woman in it, right, when she's adult, she's in an abusive relationship, and the
Hmm.
guy, the abuser, he like he's like, oh yeah, she's so hot, like like those things, and then the other guy who's in love with her is more like, oh, she's so beautiful, I like this about her, and her hair and her eyes, and then like the abuser's like, yeah, nice tits, like that. So he kind of juxtapositions the two of them in a way that was interesting because you get like this in-depth, men writing women moment or whatever you want to call it, but it was, I understood why it was there because one was just there because he wanted to, she was hot, and the other one
Yeah,
was there because he loved her, and it was
I
interesting.
think
It was an interesting
I think
explanation.
it's okay to have like a man writing women element to the story as long as it's self-aware, right? as long as the person who is writing has a purpose to it. Because if it's just, oh, she was really fucking hot, and oh my god, her boobs, and it ends there, and it's just completely irrelevant to the story, and the person who, like the author, doesn't even realize that there's something weird about it, then it's a problem. But most of the posts, and the reason I blocked that subreddit is because the posts there weren't like that. They were always, well, most of them were simply men describing women, and yeah, some of them were sexualized, but it wasn't sexualized in a way that it was completely out of the realm of possibility. Like, if you were to see a woman in real life, maybe you would think of her in that manner. So, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. And like, I only asked you because you were a writer, right?
Yeah,
So I
that's very
wonder
important.
when you write women, do you uh, spend many words writing about their boobs?
No, do you know why?
Because you prefer butts?
Yes. Not even kidding. I don't know, but seriously though, I do the thing because since it is one of my favorite books, I'm just gonna say this, then I really need to leave. But so it's a good place to finish. But yeah,
Okay.
so what in it, right? What he does there, he juxtapositions the two. That I do as well. So I do go in great detail, like if it's the bad guy or bad woman or whatever, right? Like it's like, oh, she's so like this. I just want to, and then like the love interest is more like, oh, she's so la la la, and then because at the end of the day, I don't know which one is the better one. I have never known which one is the better one, or I know that both are bad in its purest forms. Like just looking at someone, either a man or a woman, just looking at them like a piece of meat, right? Something you want to, that's bad. But it's also bad idealizing them to such a point where they're like an angel walking out amongst
Yeah.
men and women. I don't know where the midpoint is, and that's what I
Yeah.
try to do. But yeah,
Yeah.
was fun as always.
Yeah. I was curious. What happened? Why couldn't we do it on Wednesday?
Firstly, I mean, my fan broke
Oh, yeah,
on
Thursday.
my
Sorry.
on my laptop, on my gaming laptop, and you know, here's the thing: when a fan breaks on a gaming laptop, as you probably know, it's done. I heard
It's
it. I
over.
was, yeah, it's
Yeah.
over. I on a laptop, it's over. Like I could hear it. I was like, yeah, it's done. I need to get a new one immediately. So that's what I did.
I see. Oh, you actually bought a new one. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really sweet. I can play
You-
Cyberpunk on full settings now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
The game isn't very well. At least it used to be pretty heavy. Like it didn't run very well, even on high-end computers. But okay.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I will, as I said too, as I'm, you know, doing the crunching for my act, like my work, real work. I am, how to say, I haven't been able to upload the latest episode, but I will, when I finish that thing, yeah, I will do the YouTube videos. So now we have two, so it's fine. So I can
all
upload them
right.
like consequently, so which is good.
Do you want to keep going at Thursdays then?
Yeah, if that works with you.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay with me. That's fine. And yeah, the same time if it's possible.
Yeah, perfect. Take care, man.
See you, Gagger.